Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Today is Saturday, September 20th, 2025. Back with another episode. Thank y'all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I'm grateful. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, crazier, strange, I'm talking about the world we live in. When you thought you've seen it all, more comes and says, you ain't seen nothing yet. I got a friend of mine from my hometown who I'm told y'all about, goes by the name of Jason. I'm not going to say his last name and nothing like that. That's all the information I'm going to give out about him because he knows some stuff that'll get you in trouble. But he's going to share it with us. Not on this episode, but it's upcoming. Most likely tomorrow because he's busy today. But we've been talking, and he's been putting me on to some stuff that I didn't know and want me to share it with y'all. Because he said it's heading this way. And it explains a lot of the stuff we see going on with the government and our system and things you're like, why are they doing that? That don't make no sense. That's crazy. And then when you see what they trying to get to, what they're lining up, it'll all make sense. The end game is the new, the one complete government, one world, antichrist. I gotta be careful what I say. So he don't want to show his face on camera for obvious reasons. But I have another way, the way I'll be able to interview him for y'all to hear it. You'll be able to hear him giving us some insight, some information that you're gonna want to hear. Like what he just turned me on to with this clip right here. Hold on. No, as a matter of fact, before we get into the clip, let me give you a lead up to what you're about to watch and what's going on. Imagine a world where you have a social credit score. Like you have your regular credit score, to buy a car, apartment, determine whether or not you can finance a home, borrow money, whatnot, your credit score, your FICO score. Now imagine a world where your life has a score, where you have a score based on your life, your habits, your behaviors, what you believe, what you say, what you do, where you go, what you drink, what you eat, who you sleep with. What if everything about you was graded and you received a score based on who you are and your lifestyle, not your financial spending, not your credit when you're trying to buy a car or house, but your overall life and what you can and cannot do in society. Imagine a score determining whether or not you can't go in that neighborhood, you can't go in that store, you can't go here, you can't do this, you can't, based on your credit score, your social credit score. Now, here we go. Social scoring.
So, picture your life in a place where everything you do, what you buy, how you behave, is tracked. The government gives you a score, and the score is a measure of how trustworthy you are as a citizen and determines what you're allowed to do, like ever. Boarding a train, getting a mortgage, all goes back to this score. It's called social credit. It sounds like that show Black Mirror, but it's actually happening in China. So how does that change you? Does it change you? What does your life look like when your every move is watched? The system's eyes are in big data, artificial intelligence, and roughly 200 million surveillance cameras. And that's totally fine with Ouyang Haoyu. She's 21, graduated from a good school with solid grades. She's diligent. She's nice. No surprise, she's a 752. That's her rating with Sesame Credit, a private company working with the government on the algorithms for the social credit system. The scores go from 350 to 950 and are based on habits and behavior. Buy clothes or diapers, it's good. A lot of alcohol, too many video games, not so good. Haoyu's 752 puts her in model citizen range and gets her discounts and privileges. Using a shared bike without a deposit. She likes it. Her friends do too. They all have pretty high scores.
It's a mechanism like pushes you to become a better citizen, to build on the trust, especially on the Chinese market.
Because you're not going to be punished if you haven't done anything wrong.
I think that's the point. I think the system is working as a warning or an alert to push people to do it, to be a good person.
And it's mandatory. When it goes national, social credit scores will be assigned to every one of China's citizens for life. And what's weird is that so many people seem okay with it. It's complicated, but China went from extreme poverty to economic giant pretty quickly. A credit history system didn't grow at the same pace, so people would default on loans and get away with it. Add in scandals around fake food, tainted baby milk, counterfeit goods, and what you've got is a big problem with trust. So, in 2014, the Communist Party called for a system to allow the trustworthy to roam everywhere under heaven while making it hard for the discredited to take a single step. The model is a place called Rongcheng. It's in Shandong province. It's orderly. Streets are spotless.
Now just imagine a world where they have millions of surveillance cameras everywhere, watching everybody, and you were assigned a number. Y'all remember what I was telling y'all about the mark of the beast? And in the last days, if you don't receive this mark, you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. In the last days, if you don't receive this mark, you won't be able to buy, sell, or trade. You're going to have a mark. This is coming to a country near you. Keep that in mind. Where everyone will have a number assigned to them, like we do now. Social Security number. They're going to take it a step further. They're going to assign you another number. And they're going to be able to monitor each and every, what they already do with these phones, and we already being tracked, the Patriot Act, and y'all remember they already leading up to this. They slowly preparing us, ushering in a new. So now they're doing it in China. Test run. Well, you have a number assigned to you. Say my number is, because I'm number one in everything I do. So I'm number one. I'm signed number one. I got my little chip implanted in me, however they track you. And wherever you go, whatever you say, what you watch, what you eat, what you drink, who you hang out with, they monitoring it. And they assign you a score based on your behavior. And based on that score determines whether you're a model citizen or not. And should you be allowed in that building or not. Legal discrimination again, but not based on race, but based on whether or not they determined you good or bad. But wait, there's more.
Slow down, which is unheard of in China. Words like honesty and credibility appear on propaganda posters. Display cases show pictures of Rongcheng's most honored citizens. You start with 1,000 points, and you can print out your report anytime. You lose points for things like jaywalking, littering, tossing cigarette butts, or spreading rumors. Cameras do a lot of the surveillance work, but it's pretty analog too, like posters that list the ways you can gain or lose points. And each night, local TV shows the surveillance highlights of the day. And then there's Joanne. She's an information collector, a paid enforcer who walks around and writes down deeds about her neighbors. Like the man who carried a drunk person home. Things like this are good deeds, she said. But the farmer overheard swearing and being rude, yeah, bad deeds. Her quota is 10 a month. She likes the work, thinks the city's better for it. The thing about the social credit system is that there isn't one single system, not yet. Different places have different rules. So what do you do if you have bad social credit? Well, for one, you talk about it on Weibo, which is like Twitter. There are forums for discredited people to vent and get advice.
You will have paid government agents watching you, following you, reporting on you. If you cuss, that's points. Cussing, arguing with somebody, throw down a cigarette butt. Oh, we heading there. That can't happen, big. Okay. We already, look around you. Now, is it starting to make sense why everything looks so weird? AI, what you think that stuff for? Do you know that they have 10G now? We over here with 5G thinking we're doing something. They're increasing the speed to be able. They already got 10G in China. That's why they're doing it in China now. We got to upgrade our infrastructure, which they're working on now. All this stuff with the National Guard going into these cities under the guise. See, I'm learning some stuff, and I got people that's reaching out to me now, see, what makes me a genius is realizing I don't know everything, and that there are people that know more than me, and I'm willing to listen. Like I didn't know this, but now I do because I listened to somebody else. And then I researched and verified it's true. I would have never believed it if I didn't see it for myself. When the boy Jason called me and told me this, I wouldn't have believed this. Social credit score. If I cuss, I lose points. If I drink, I lose points. If I'm having blowing backs out and it ain't my wife, I'm gonna lose a lot of points. But you lose points for that. In this new system, this new world.
We hooked up with Huang Weijun. He had a business until he was sued by a client, and Huang refused to pay 90 grand to settle it. So the court put him on a social credit blacklist, and things got way worse. He explains that being blacklisted means he can't buy airplane or train tickets. When he tries, a message pops up saying he's discredited. By the end of last year, blacklisted people were blocked from booking 23 million flights and 5 million high-speed train trips. And the list goes on. Being discredited makes it hard to get a job, a loan, a hotel room, or put kids in certain schools. Then there's the public shaming. Photo galleries of blacklisted citizens. There's even an app that shows who around you is in debt. In China, being monitored is nothing new, but algorithmic surveillance makes it possible to collect data to build detailed profiles of people, especially the ones not loyal to the government. Of all the video surveillance cameras on the planet right now, nearly half of them are in China. Are people bothered by privacy concerns?
So we think the lot of camera keep the safety is really good. really good things. A lot of people, we can accept it.
And cameras are getting smarter. So the information that comes up from my image identifies that I'm female, middle-aged, talks about whether I'm wearing glasses, the shape of my face. AI is taking them next level.
AI.
More than just see. They actually understand who they're seeing. So at what point can the technology know too much? Does it already?
Most time.
There you go. AI. Is it all making sense now? Why they ushering in this AI stuff? All this technology. And here's the thing. The humans that are doing all this around the world, they're all in unison. They're doing it for one main reason. And you people that don't believe in God or whatever, this ain't gonna make sense to you. The Antichrist. One world. One religion. One government. One everything. They will be able to know everything about everybody. They already do. But now they're going to put it on databases that can track you no matter where you are, how many times a day you use the restroom. Everything about you going to be on that chip. And they monitoring you. That can't happen here, baby. Well, stay stupid, okay? Just stay that way. That's where we headed. That's what it's all for. Now it all makes sense to me. All this weird shit.
People don't care about it, but if the technology learns too much, for example, cross the red line, it's not very good.
How far off are we from needing to draw those red lines?
It's very hard to say. I think maybe decades, I mean 10 years or 20 years, 15 years maybe.
That's not very long.
Yeah.
It's coming.
It's coming.
And where does it all go?
你好，
谢谢。Hao-Yu isn't so bothered. Her Sesame score is high. Life is good and she's used to living most of it online. Soon, her education and medical records and any run-ins with the law will factor into her social credit score. And wherever she goes, someone will follow and ask, who can you trust?
This is not a movie. This is real life. They're already doing most of that here in America, and we just don't know it. The holdup is which they're getting there, infrastructure. And I asked my friend Jason, I'm like, man, American people, we ain't gonna go for that. China, they got a different type of government, but we're not gonna go for that. He's like, we already going for it. George Bush signed the Patriot Act. There's gonna be certain events happen that condition us and kind of like break us down to where we'll say, okay, go ahead and do it for our safety. They're gonna convince you for your own good that we do this. The 9/11 attacks, which some folks say was inside. That allowed George Bush to be able to enact the Patriot Act. Because of that, allowed them to now be able to cell phone, monitor you, tap your phone without no court warrant, nothing. They're already doing it. Before everything they implement that we would fight against, there's going to be an event happen to make us let our guard down and say we need that. Say like with all these National Guard invading, being sent, to fight crime. See, my eyes are being opened into a lot of stuff too. See, I know I don't know everything. I'm a genius. I know I don't know everything. That's what you voted for. See that? Now that's what y'all stupid at. This ain't about Trump, Democrat, Republican. I'm realizing we've all been had. I was wrong for believing in the system at all, for thinking Trump or any of them. That's what I was wrong at. Not that I didn't vote for Kamala. The fact that I voted at all is why I was wrong. Was the mistake I made. Now, if y'all still think there's a difference in the Democrat and the Republican, Jasmine Crockett and Trump, if y'all think there's a difference, you go right ahead. And while you sitting there thinking that, them folks behind the scenes bringing us to this point right here, what we just saw going on in China, that a lot of y'all didn't even know what's happening. Right now, it's happening. And it's coming. You heard them say, it's coming for everybody. Because each government going to be like, pretending like they ain't already in on it. I think that's a good idea. That'll be good for our people. Next thing you know, and each government knows the type of people they have. They know us. They know we ain't going to go for this, that, and the other. So they know what to do based on our social media. When we posting, they know what everybody thinking about our posts, our videos, what we watch. They know all that. So they know we are afraid, we dealing with crime. So under crime, some people think it's a good idea to allow the National Guard to come in. It was about crime though. But later on down the road, they're going to say, well, man, because of all the damn crime, we just going to have the National Guard everywhere, and we got to have military everywhere, and then we're going to put these cameras up to make it easier for them to be able to monitor the bad guys. They ain't going to tell you they watching your ass too. That is for them to monitor you too. They're going to just tell you it's to keep you safe from the bad guy. When in reality to them, we all the bad guy because they're trying to control and watch all of us. But they're going to tell you it's the bad guy they're after. I didn't see this until I talked to Jason. And they throwing these National Guard, which I was for that until now I see it a little different. They put these National Guard in this city and that city and that city to fight crime. That's what they're telling us. But in reality, could it be that they're preparing for the future of what they're doing in China, they're going to do here too, and everywhere in the world? One step at a time, heading towards the new world. Beep. Are you ready? I'm not. I'm not going for it. Are you? Or will you be accepting it under the guise of public safety? Under the guise and the lie is what's best for humanity. That you give up all your rights. And so many events will happen beforehand. The economy crashing. Job not paying enough. I told y'all a while back they're trying to break us. That's why we struggling. Down to everybody broke. You can't afford your bills. The bills. They want us broke down so far. Well, whatever they say do, we'll do it if they offer us just a little relief from the suffering. We'll give up all our rights in order just to eat. Now do you see it? Thank you. More will be revealed. Talk to y'all later. Be on the lookout for the interview with me and my friend. You ain't gonna want to miss it. Got it good. Bye.